Just a man and his dogs. Oliver Anthony impressed me last time, so I felt like I had to come back. I felt like I needed to give him a little bit more credit and see what else he's got in the tank. Because what we do know is he's talking. And anybody that's talking, somehow, some way, they're going to find their way to my channel. Because I got to react to it. So without further ado, Oliver Anthony, I want to go home. And I got a feeling I might relate and resonate to this a little bit more than I think. Let's go.
Well, if it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more. And I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord to take me home.
If this song doesn't touch you right now, if you don't have some concerns, as everybody, the world goes through turmoil, as we see world leaders starting to become frustrated with each other, and this doesn't relate, because money is always going to keep people safe. Those bunkers that have already been built are going to keep people safe. But those that are considered less than, run it back.
Won't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more. And I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord to take me home.
His voice?
I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way. Cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say. I wanna go home.
There is so much that I can relate to in this, because there's that vigor, there's that aggression that you have early on. And it doesn't matter what you're doing, but after a while, when you do it for so long, you start to ask questions. You start to wonder, wait, why am I doing this? And when you start to ask questions, that's when things really get put in perspective, because at first you're just hungry. But then when you become tired, it hits different. There's a different element, because at the end of the day, if your dogs, if your son, if everything that you work for seems like it's amounting to very little, your perspective starts to change. I like this man right here. I would definitely shake his hand. I'm pretty sure anybody that's listened to this can relate, because it's everybody. It is all of us. It is not just secluded to just one race, one style. It's all of us. No matter where we're at in the world, it's all of us.
Farming the ground, grandson sells it to a man out of town, and 2 weeks later the trees go down. Only got concrete growing around. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way. Cussing myself every damn day.
Every day.
People have really gone and lost their way. They all just do what the TV say. I wanna go home.
The news too? So influential, whether we believe it or not. This is right on time.
If it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward.
Just a man and his dogs. Hold on. What does he say right here? What shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? You ever think about maybe you just got too much sometimes, and then you lose perspective, you lose that grit, you lose that hunger? That's what happens when people have too much power, too much greed, and when anybody, it doesn't matter what level we're on, when greed starts to take over, you end up with nothing. Greed, it's one of those deadly sins that we know about, but we don't realize it until we start having things taken away in life. But for the working class, anybody that is putting in work, no matter what you do, no matter how you think, someone is always going to act like the reaper and take everything that you've got. Everything that you work for, when you think you've got ahead, hey, I'm going to put a little bit more in the bank. Inflation. Look at what's happening in the world. Look at how people are responding. Look at the news. He mentioned that. And he talks about being in a psych ward because eventually we're all going to go crazy because we can't have anything to ourselves. And most people don't want much. They just want peace. But when the pieces keep getting stripped away, we're just the cattle that keeps getting led to the slaughterhouse. And eventually, we just have nothing left. I got it. We're all going to work for somebody. But when we get down to the skin and bones and we don't have anything else to give, how do we react? I can see why he's gonna feel like on an everyday basis, I just want to go home. There's power in music. There's power in feeling, and there's power in understanding exactly who we are, where we're at, and what we're trying to achieve. But how long can we sit around and have it taken from us? As a vet who is overseas, who is just looking forward to going home, this hits home. And even if it's just this man and his dogs, it's still a reason. Just know, if no one else gives you the credit that you deserve, look around in your own household. And if there's nobody there standing with you, maybe you're that rich man who has absolutely nothing to show for what you've taken away from everybody else. Because eventually, karma's gonna come back. It's gonna come back with a vengeance. I will definitely do more Oliver Anthony. I'm impressed. And he's leaving impressions on my heart because I can see he knows how to sink his teeth into everything that he's saying to us. Y'all stay blessed.
He said he couldn't do it, and he did it.
Turn that shit up.
White magic me.